Thank you. Thank you. How lovely. Right, welcome to the Chelsea Football Fancast. Fueled by Guinness, in fact. Not powered by Guinness. Fueled by Guinness. Powered by Celery. The show that would never, ever, ever score against their former teammates. You know what I mean. Now, I am Stamford Chidge, and the name of tonight's show is the Chelsea Football Fancast. The ghost of Frank Lampard past. I kind of wish we had those kind of Rent-A-Ghost effects.
I could have said something if you'd warned me.
You were in Rent-A-Ghost, weren't you, Johnny?
I was the Rent-A-Ghost.
Anyway, but before we get on to Johnny's... Before we get on to Johnny's... Before we get on to I know. Before we get to Johnny's naughty thespian stuff,
Well,
I will get to you in a minute, Jonathan.
No, I wasn't. I was responding to Pablo here.
Patience.
No, I'm talking to Pablo here. Oh, just put past the post.
Yeah, very, very Petr Cech. Now, I've lost my ball, as Ross has informed me in the gallery, but I have not yet lost the plot, because it has, as you can already see by the start of this show, been a very, very, very perplexing week. We started our Champions League campaign against Schalke in midweek, strolling it. We took our foot off the pedal, we allowed them back into the game, and we got a 1-1 draw. We go to the Champions' backyard for our biggest test of the season. We're under the cosh for most of the game until we get a smash-and-grab goal that looks like winning it for us, only for our greatest ever player to come back to haunt us and score against us to deny us a hard-fought 3 points. It could only happen with Chelsea, couldn't it? Anyway, in my book, Frank Lampard's goals should only ever count for Chelsea, which means that we really won the game 2-0. Either way, we're still unbeaten and top of the league with a healthy gap between us and our main rivals. And really, that's what counts. Now, joining me on the show tonight, we have Seb, looking very smart tonight.
Thank you, Chidge.
Looking slick.
Thanks.
You feeling slick?
Yeah, long day at work. But
long day at work.
Yeah.
This
is a lot. I was at law school at the weekend, and this is the long road now.
Yeah, it's quite frightening, Johnny. You've got 2 lawyers to 1 thespian.
Better watch out what I say.
That's like a lawyer sandwich, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I have to be in the middle.
Yeah, or
I'm
a
on the
lawyer
end.
roast.
I feel a bit like the salad on the end.
You do.
Yeah.
A skewer, as Ross informs me. That's nasty.
Am I the skewer? Or
I think you're being skewered.
I'm being skewered. Oh,
anyway, other than the culinary metaphors, other than our culinary metaphors, Jonathan, how are you, dear boy?
I'm good. I'm deflated by, as you say, the 2 draws, which shouldn't have been draws. Neither of them should have been draws.
No, they shouldn't really.
And I find it annoys me that my team can have this effect upon me, but you'd think I was more mature.
Unlike Heineken, it doesn't refresh the parts that other beers cannot reach.
It does when they win.
I know.
But it's a bit sad, isn't it, to have kind of that approach.
But it's like shares, isn't it? You know, the results can go up or they can go down.
It's like other things.
Or as the lawyers would say, Jonathan, caveat emptor.
Indeed, very good, which means beware buyer. Anybody wanting direct translation, emptor is the buyer, and carway actually should be pronounced carweat.
No, I've never met a lawyer who's ever called it carway.
No, but that's how it should be.
Talking of lawyers, Jonathan, to move away from you.
Yeah.
Pablo, you're looking smart as well. What's going on?
Thank you. I've come from work. I have a job.
Okay. Whoa.
Excuse me. I have a job too.
Yeah. But Jonathan and I also work, but we can look scruffy when we work.
Yeah. Because that's the world we inhabit.
Because that's how we roll, baby.
Yeah, hey.
Anyway, enough of you horrible lot. Much as I love to see you, we've also, of course, got on the show our lovely benches. Reduced Shakespeare benches this week. Shall we have a look at who we've got on the benches this week?
Shall I go and stand there with them?
No, don't stand there with them. Oh, no, that was subliminal. That was subliminal. There we go. Hey, we're missing one. Where's the other one gone then?
He's not here yet.
Oh, right. I thought we had 3 of you.
Well,
oh, that's right. He's not here. Actually, Garfield Bailey is the invisible man this week. He's come as the invisible man.
I just said Ross's comment through there, and it was very good.
Well, I didn't hear Ross's comment, thankfully. But anyway, we have got Harry Baker, the stalwarts, and we've got the lovely... Hello, Harry.
Evening, Chidge.
And we've got Andy Silverman. Were you there, Andy?
I'm here, yeah.
No, were you at the game?
I haven't lost that much weight.
Were you at the game?
No, I was working.
No, what about you, Harry?
No, I missed
Blimey. We've drawn a blank on the benches this week. Never mind, great to see you, as it always is. OK, now, what else have we got? Right, I know, if you want to join the benches, of course, and they look like they're seriously suffering from reduced allocation this week, but all you have to do is email me, chelseafancast@gmail.com, and arrange it. And you need to get here before Gaffer does. Gaffer's clearly late. Anyway, on the show tonight, the fantastic Chelsea FanCast show tonight, we will be talking about both the Schalke and the Man City games. We'll be looking at Ross's ratings for both games shortly. And of course, we'll be having a chat about what we thought of Chelsea's performances and the results therein. We have a combined fannies tonight, which sounds strange. But nevertheless, we're going to do them combined, which means that we're going to get the best of the fannies this week for both the Schalke and the City games. And you've got half an hour. No, actually, you've got a bit more than that, because we're going to do them later. They're coming up in part 5, so I reckon you've got about an hour. You've got an hour to get your votes in, and hopefully you can change how they're looking at the moment. Now, later in the show, we're going to get a bit serious, because we're going to be discussing what can only really be described as the laughable article by Matthew Said from The Times, the well-known former England international ping-pong player. Yep, that's right. We're going to be talking about his article, which basically did a bit of a hatchet job on both Roman Abramovich and Chelsea supporters. And we're going to be asking, what's morals got to do with it? And also we're going to be looking at Greg Dyke and the FA's pronouncement that they want to completely change the way that the loan system and the work permits work at the moment. And I think that that's pretty much aimed at Chelsea's very clever strategy of loans, which is helping us get round FFP. So everybody's been having a go at us. It sounds like a normal week. And to round up and finish the show, of course, we've got Chelsea Chatter stats and a little bit of Chelsea news. And there'll be some beautiful game action in that, just to keep Pablo happy. Now, don't forget, you can tweet Chelsea FanCast at Chelsea FanCast during the show. And because nobody is here to do it, we will completely ignore you. The same can be said for mixler.com/whatever it is. Anyway, mixler.com Chelsea FanCast. I know that a few of you are probably listening. I hope the sound is better than it was last week. I agree with you. It was shocking, but I will have a check in the break in between part 1 and part 2 and see if it's okay. But I can tell you, next week we are going to have a dedicated, wonderfully lovely, gorgeous person sitting next to me to interact with you lovely people who are watching on Sports Night Live. And no, it's not you, Ross. No, a much better model than you.
Is it Darren?
It's not Darren either.
Oh.
It's somebody who is more qualified to do the job. Now, talking of more qualified to do the job, we should really get on, because we want to talk a bit of Ross's ratings, I believe. Ross, these are, as far as I'm aware, these are 95% Ross's ratings. So I don't think they're even Roger's ratings this week.
So you haven't fiddled with them this week?
I've not fiddled with Ross's ratings.
Well, where's the extra 5%?
Well, I changed 1 or 2 of them.
So you
have fiddled with them.
But not as much as I normally do. But here we go. Here they are. Right, are you ready, people out there? For the Man City game, Ross decided that Courtois got a 6, Azpilicueta got 7, Cahill got 7, Terry got 7, Ivanovic 6, Matic 6, Fabregas 6, Hazard 7, Willian 6, Ramirez 6, Costa 6, and the substitutes who were Schürrle, Mikel and Drogba, they, amazingly enough, they all got 6 as well. So basically everybody got a 6 apart from the defence and Hazard. And actually, to be fair, I'm quite happy with that. I thought the defence was superb yesterday. Seb, what do you reckon?
Yeah, after some of the performances against Everton and Burnley, where we looked a bit all at sea really at some points. But yesterday it was a bit like the game last year against Man City, where we defended really well. But obviously it would have been great if we'd won, but a point was good.
No, I thought big up for the defence, Pablo. I thought they were cracking yesterday.
It was always going to be a different kind of test to what we'd had so far.
Yeah.
It was always going to call for a different type of performance, which, I mean, I don't think any of us really had any doubt we were going to get. And actually, yeah, I don't think there's much to complain about from most of them. Actually,
you quite like those ratings as well?
Well, I mean, okay? if anything, I think you kind of almost need to weight them higher than they are on the grounds of the opposition we were playing.
I think that's a valid point, but it would go against Ross's grain.
It would do.
Ross likes the joy of 6.
But I'm perturbed by this, worried even by this this 6 business, because I can't tell whether that's good or bad anymore.
Jonathan, it's easy. It's 6y football.
Yeah, that's very clever, Chidge, but not really answering my question here.
I'm not here to answer your question.
No, okay, well, I won't ask it then. I'll just...
oh, no, don't go and sulk already. We're only 10 minutes in.
I know, I'm thinking about it. No, but it worries me that I thought the defence was superb. So I can't see.
You think that they should have? Well, they did get 7. They got higher marks than everybody else.
But I thought JT deserved an 8. I thought he was
I think that's
completely
fair enough.
Magnificent. But also Drogba, I'm sorry, should not be having a 6. He should have a 5. Drogba is about an eighth the player that he was, and I actually find watching him at the moment just embarrassing.
We're going to talk a lot about
I know
that
you
in
are.
Shalford,
I know
yeah.
you are. I know, but so I think it should be reflected in the ratings.
Very, very quickly, I'd like to hear what our lovely our lovely couple on the benches have to say about that. What do you reckon, boys?
Yeah, I think Cesar had his best game this season. It's ironic that after Felipe on Wednesday, how well he played, and Cesar came back in, he played probably his best game of the season so far. So I think the marks are probably about spot on.
Are you happy with what Uncle Ross has done, boys?
For this game, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's. To be fair, I think he's got it spot on. I think you could probably quibble over the actual marks that you give people, whether it's 6s or 7s or 8s or whatever. But I think what is more salient, Jonathan, is he's got the balance right. So I thought our defence was superb. He's given them the highest marks, and I thought Hazard was our best creative player.
Equally, I mean, there were good 6s and bad 6s. I mean,
But then they should be 5s.
well, maybe you're right, but I actually thought Ramirez, one stupid foul aside, had a really, really effective game last season.
Wonderful challenge that he made.
Yeah, but I mean, just generally, I thought he did more in terms of taking the pressure off the defence than any of the rest of the midfield did.
I agree.
And that's all lovely stuff. And we are already, I can see we're champing at the bit to get into the actual nuts and bolts of what happened in this game. And we're going to be doing that in a few seconds after this lovely little perfectly formed sting. And we will see you after the break.